Today we look at a newcomer in the realm of Bluetooth headphones. I hope that by the time you finish watching this video, you will have enough information so that you can make a choice as to whether or not these headphones are the right ones for you. I'm LL Mel, and you are watching Creators Tech, technology for creators. I want to go ahead and give a thank you to Sudotack for going ahead and being brave enough to send this review unit. These Sudotack Ultrafit AT3 headphones promise to give you quality at a low price. Let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. Inside the box, you get a user manual, a USB cable, the charging case, and the headphones themselves. For the sake of brevity, I'm going to picture on your screen the specs for this device, so feel free to take a screenshot. When Sudotack first approached me with the idea of going ahead and doing a review video for these headphones, I wasn't too sure about it, considering that my channel is aimed at content creators. However, one of the things as a content creator that I do need and sometimes require is a set of headphones for my workflow. I know that typically for workflow purposes and professional purposes, headphones need to be a tier up in quality from your average everyday listening earbuds. However, for the sake of research, I wanted to know if these would be up to the task for something in a professional content creator type of environment. After all, sometimes all we need is something small where we can somewhat monitor our levels and our feedback. So when I went ahead and got this set up, immediately I found, at least for my workflow, what was a very big deal breaker. And that was that there is no zero latency option for this particular set of headphones. But with that out of the way, that's not really what their intended use ever was to begin with. So when it comes to content creation, I just had to get over the fact that these were not going to cut it. So now I'm going to proceed and review these based on what their actual intention is for. The first thing I noticed was that the sound wasn't exactly what I typically prefer. I'm more of a bass head. I like techno and hip-hop music with a lot of bass. However, these are lacking that. And of course, I was somewhat expecting it already just because they are over-ear headphones in such a small form factor. The soundstage is not the biggest, however, it is quite full, especially when you consider the small form factor that these have. In addition to that, for listening to other types of music such as rock and even some hip-hop, you do get a lot of detail without having too much harshness in terms of the levels that it reaches. It really pronounces the mids quite a bit, and it has okay sibilance without being too shrill, and you do hear the bass, but it's not really very present at all. Again, a lot of that escapes because these don't fully engulf the ear. But when I truly fell in love with these was when I was doing housework. And for those of you that do a lot of work around your homes or just go and do sports such as cycling or jogging, you will find that these are actually very nice. Something that I used to always look for in a good set of headphones was something that didn't fully sit and block the ear canal completely, because I still wanted to be able to hear my surroundings in case somebody called for my attention, or in case I was out and about on the street and I just needed to listen to the traffic around me for safety purposes. And when I tried these on, these definitely changed everything for me, because it's almost as if though I have nothing to block my ears to listening to the outside noises. Now, there is a little bit of bleed in the sound, so if you're listening to it at high levels, and let's say you're in public transportation or in an airplane, the person sitting next to you might be able to hear some of what you're listening to as well. So go ahead and keep that in mind if that's going to be a problem for you. One of the other things that surprised me about these budget headsets was their comfort. I was able to wear them for more than 7 hours on a single go. I am typically the type of person that gets ear fatigue very quickly. Usually within the hour, I can tell if there's going to be a headphone or headset that's not going to last too long. However, 7 hours later, and actually forgot I even had them on, I went ahead and, for testing purposes, listened to them completely on, non-stop, for more than 7 hours, and the battery finally ran out. So it's touted as having a battery life on the headphones themselves of 7 hours and recharging capabilities of up to a total of 30 hours. And one of the neat things is that these do actually last that long. My left one gave out first, and then the right one continued going for about an additional 30 minutes before that one gave out as well. And then I popped them back into their case and they started charging immediately. And one of the things I love about this case, even though it's not the most compact of cases, it's actually very nice. It feels very good in the hand. It says that it's metal, made out of metal. However, it does feel like plastic. So I have to double check on that, whether or not that's actually going to be the case. However, it looks very nice. It's sleek. I like the little chrome accents that they have on there. But my favorite thing about this case is that when you open it, it has a little screen right here. And when you put the headphones in, it shows you how much battery life is left on the case itself. So when you actually see it, you don't have to guess. It gives you a percentage from 0 all the way up to 100%. And that's something that I typically don't see in most cases. And this is very nice because you're not guessing how many dots of power are left in the main case itself. You can see precisely how much power, how much juice you have left in here to charge these guys so they can keep going for you. Not only that, the case itself, like I mentioned, it's not exactly the most compact, but then again, you can't have it be too compact for these types of headsets that wrap around your ear. That takes a little bit more real estate inside of here so that you can go ahead and charge them up. However, that's a very minor gripe. It's actually very compact when you consider what shape these headphones actually are. And going back to my work day in my house and just doing a lot of repairs around my house, I went ahead and tested how much I could move around without these things falling out. And as you know, they wrap around the ear, so they actually feel very comfortable. But more important than that, they actually were able to hold quite nicely. They did not fall off. They stayed put where they were supposed to. I didn't really have to adjust them very much, except for once when I actually bumped my head pretty hard on one of the walls where I was working at, and I thought for sure I had scratched the headset. However, no, it was just fine, and I did have to just readjust it just a little bit. Where these really shine are for spoken word. If you listen to a lot of podcasts or just spoken word in general, like audiobooks, then these are definitely for you. I definitely recommend these if that's going to be your use case. And if you're going to be working around the house like I did, or using them during your exercise sessions, and you don't really need that much bass in your sound, then go ahead and check these out. You might actually like them. I did not think that these were going to be something that I really enjoyed. I had some misconceptions about what these would be, and they surprised me in a very pleasant way. And even though initially I was disappointed because my use case for these was something else that they weren't really intended for, in the end they won me over, and they are definitely something that I will be using in my everyday use case. Once again, thank you very much for Sudotack for going ahead and sending these Ultrafit AT3 over-ear Bluetooth headphones. If you are considering in purchasing this product or anything else that I used to produce this video, please go ahead and check in the description section. I will have an Amazon affiliate link that will help us gain a small commission that will help this channel continue going and growing. I hope that I have provided enough information to you to make an informed choice as to whether or not these headphones are the right ones for you. I'm LL Mel, and you are watching Creators Tech, technology for creators.